Hey guys, so um, so the past couple months, I've been getting off of using all this kratom and kava kava, and in doing so, there's been a lot of feelings that have come back to me that I've just haven't decided to deal with. I've just tried to push away or wash away, and it's not good to run away from love, in whatever shape it may be, whether it's your family or a significant other, a friend, or even just a stranger. I feel like I ran away from love. I feel like I chose a selfish direction. I feel like I chose also just I chose a cowardly direction instead of really listening to my heart and at least making more of an attempt to connect to where my heart was feeling drawn to. I decided to just let it go and just get fucked up. When you're getting fucked up, it all does is take that next hit, that next dose, that next whatever it is, and you're at a different place of feeling. So it really is an easy way out in a lot of ways. It's taking the easy way out. You're choosing to take something that essentially immediately or very quickly alleviates your pain and makes you feel better, which takes you away from the natural feeling that you had, which is there for a reason. And so then when you do that, you lose a good connection with that reason that got you to feeling the way that you're feeling. And this is why when you start doing drugs, you perpetuate a whole style of life for yourself that's really unauthentic and leading, this is why it's sinful. You're leading into a dark, destructive place that's not what your heart's truly beating for. Your heart wants to live, it wants to be happy, it wants to connect, it wants to experience life, it wants to laugh, it wants to be a part of things that are productive and good. At least maybe that's the good part of the heart, I don't know. But that part of the heart is the part of the heart that I've essentially been running away from for as long as I've been destroying myself. And when you do that for so long, you and then you try to get off the stuff. It's like, okay, you're off the stuff, but you still have this warped perception of yourself and the world that you have to now deal with without the drugs that got you here. And then like dealing with people for me is one of the most challenging things, because I'm so used to interacting with them with this substance inside of me that keeps me from really saying how I truly feel. So now I'm in these social situations and I'm having these sensations and feelings that I'm not used to feeling, because I'm used to being fucked up all the time, and my body I don't know how. I'm not well versed or experienced in being my authentic self in the moment with these people, because part of me is afraid that they're not going to understand who I really am and where I'm coming from, or they're not going to want to hear how I truly feel, or I'm going to say something that's going to offend them. I've just always had this inert desire in myself to not offend people. It is, to my own detriment, to their own detriment. It's not good. Sometimes you need to say things that are going to upset people because they need to hear them. That's tough love, in my opinion. And I have grown up in a family, my mother, she's the head of the household. I'm just gonna be real. My dad is a great dude, very positive. He's one of the most positive human beings I've ever met in my life, but he's also very lackadaisical. My mom runs the house. She always has. She pays the bills. She takes care of all the chores, cooking. She does everything, really. Is what it is. So where was I going with all that? Oh, yeah, so because of that, but think about my mom, even though she does all these things, she has a very, very hard time, like, getting into her feelings and really talking with her children. And taking that time to say the things that she really wants to say or she should say that might hurt her children, us, me and my brother, but it'll be for our good in the long run. Like, she's the type of person that will keep her mouth shut because she doesn't want to offend somebody. But the problem with that is when you know something that could help somebody out in a long term and you choose not to say anything, then you're actually enabling that perpetuation of something that you know could be better. So especially if you're a parent and you're doing this to your children, you're stunting their growth. So me and my brother, we're essentially, we've been sheltered, so our growth has been stunned. Now, I'm not blaming it at all on my parents. Me and my brother have chosen this lifestyle. We could have been gung-ho and gotten out of the house and just been like, okay, no, I don't think anybody's situation is really any worse than anybody else's, just like I don't think anybody's situation is truly any even better than anybody else's, because we're all born with what we need. And I think that's based on a karmatic or an energetic equation that makes sure that wherever you are is where you have to be, is where you should be. There's no way that you can be anywhere that you're not supposed to be, because it's based on the laws of physics, really, which is all about your energy and what you do and your actions and how they vibrate and your ions and what they're able to attract to and magnetize to and what they're not able to. So I say that to help myself remember that I put myself here and it's nobody else's fault. And then also just maybe to share that with others if you're feeling the type of way, because sometimes I still get caught up in the victim mentality, and and a lot of times that victim mentality turns to anger and can turn to rage, because then you start feeling like it's other people's fault. And then when the pressure starts building in on you and you don't want to deal with your own shit, it can be easy to lash out on others, very easy, and that can be very dangerous, and it can also turn to violence quickly. So I think it's very good that we not perpetuate that victim mentality, because I don't believe it's true, first of all, and it's also very dangerous. And it doesn't help the victim. I mean, a lot of the times these people, they just nurse these victims, and it actually reinforces their victim mentality, and it doesn't actually help them solve or move on from the problem. I'm not saying don't appreciate the pain of the victim, but don't coddle them, is what I'm trying to say. Just help them appreciate what happened and find a way to move on and be there to give them care and appreciation through that moment and love, but to also help love them and move them through so they're not stuck, because that victim mentality is being stuck, in my opinion. So it's just, anyway, I started rambling off. I really wanted to just say that there's probably gonna be more videos, because there's a lot that I've been keeping inside for some time now. That's some very strong emotions that I've kept bottled up, and I've been feeling myself getting angrier and angrier at times for no real good reason, and I think a lot of it stems from keeping stuff bottled up. So I'm going to do what I can to untwist that cap and to let out that which is in. So, all right, I love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.